Our stories in life, just like players' legacies, are not written in stone. They are not predestined, but rather a book being written in real time, a narrative that is able to be altered with each potential turning of a new page. And while the book on LeBron's career is nearly complete, that of a league-destroying super-teaming loser that could never get it done on the biggest of stages without stacking the decks, there was a time that the true basketball GOAT Michael Jeffrey Jordan's story looked a lot like that of the Fraud King. Remember, it was after his 7th season in the league, at the age of 25, that LeBron decided he was incapable of ever winning an actual legitimate championship, instead opting to crawl on his hands and knees to South Beach to steal some garbage rings with an unbeatable super team. The narrative swirling around James was that of a great individual player and 2-time league MVP at the time, who just couldn't get it done when the lights were at their brightest. But keep in mind, Jordan was in his 6th season at the age of 26 when he lost again in the Eastern Conference Finals in Game 7 to the Detroit Pistons. And at that time, in 1989-1990, Jordan had also won a league MVP and finished top 3 for the award in 4 consecutive seasons, while leading the league in scoring for 4 straight years. But he was on the heels of a decade which saw Larry Bird and Magic Johnson win at prolific levels, the two combining to win 8 championships in an 11-year span, with Magic winning 5 and Bird winning 3. Of course, Jordan lost 2 years in a row to Bird's Celtics in his 2nd and 3rd seasons in the league, before losing to the Pistons for 3 consecutive years. And despite the prolific scoring crowns and gaudy advanced analytics, we were left to wonder if perhaps Jordan just wasn't a winner.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yes, I know what you're thinking. The Bird Celtics were a team which boasted 5 eventual Hall of Famers, while Magic's Lakers had 3 top 50 players in Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and James Worthy. While the other team that came on at the end of the decade, the Detroit Pistons, also had 3 Hall of Famers and a probable 4th in Bill Laimbeer, pending his 2024 candidacy. Whereas Jordan at the time had a team that didn't even contain a single other All-Star during the vast majority of this time frame. Contrast that to LeBron's NBA, where the best player in his time was Kobe Bryant, who had just made 3 finals appearances and won his 4th and 5th titles with a team that consisted of only 1 other All-Star and 0 other top 75 players. And keep in mind, this was while LeBron had the best record in the league in consecutive years. So not truly an apples-to-apples comparison, nonetheless, narratives are narratives. And LeBron's jock-sniffing flunkies in the mass media were weaving epic yarns at this time about him not having enough help, while justifying his gutless, league-destroying move to team up in Miami. And LeBron, the #1 pick in his 2003 draft class, teamed up with the 4th and 5th overall picks from that same draft. A draft which is generally regarded as one of the 3 greatest ever, joining Kobe's 1996 draft and, of course, Jordan's class of 1984. And in the summer of 2010, when James, Wade, and Bosh decided to team up, they had each played 7 seasons, with only Wade winning a single championship of the 3, while other greater dynastic players had a stranglehold on the league. The 3 cowardly losers decided to team up and break the league. So what if, after the first 6 seasons in the NBA, the 1st, 3rd, and 5th overall picks in the '84 draft had that same mindset? If after the 3 of them, struggling in the league and failing to win year after year, while the NBA was being dominated by older, dynastic greats, these 3 young players decided, the hell with it, let's team up.
Oh shit, that's just too easy!
Well, what you would have had at that point would have been 26-year-old Michael Jordan teaming up with 27-year-old Hakeem Olajuwon and 26-year-old Charles Barkley.
too easy.
And let me assure you, they would have won a hell of a lot more than 2 meager titles. It would have actually looked more like what LeBron said his trio was going to do in Miami.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
But as we know, Michael Jordan didn't cheat the game or himself, like the guy so sloppily compared to him has done over and over again. Jordan instead took the challenge, got stronger, better, overcame the obstacles, and in so doing became not just basketball's all-time GOAT, but arguably the greatest player in team sports history. So for Jordan, perhaps it is not merely a story of what he did do, but a path not traveled, a divergence that really separates the true GOAT from the pathetically self-proclaimed one. Jordan chose the difficult path, the one beset by hardships, and in so doing set the precedent for others that followed him to do the same. Unfortunately for us, in this era, the guy whose book has been most read and emulated by this pampered, petulant crop of losers is the memoirs of the league-destroying fraud king. But perhaps maybe, just maybe, a new book is being written right now.